Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, my dear students in grade 3. Today we'll be having the lesson relating liters and milliliters. In the previous lesson, we have studied that if we want to measure the capacity of a liquid, we use liters and milliliters, and by using some tools we can measure the capacity. And today we are going to learn the relationship between liters and milliliters. So let's get started. For example, here, if we have a beaker, this container, which has the capacity of 1 liter, if it's full of water, for example, and we pour this container or this beaker into two small beakers, each one is 500 milliliters. So again, the big one is 1 liter and the small ones are 500 milliliters when it's full. So before I pour the water into the small containers, it was inside these big containers and it was 1 liter. So after I pour it, the water was poured into these small containers. Each one has the capacity of 500 milliliters. So this means 1 liter equals 500 milliliters plus 500 milliliters, which is 1000 milliliters. This means 1 liter equals 1000 milliliters. The same thing here, 1 liter is 1000 times as much as 1 milliliter. And in other words, I can say 1000 milliliters equals 1 liter. So here 500 milliliters, here 500 milliliters, and if I pour these two jars or two beakers back to this big one, I would have 1 liter. In short, I can say 1 liter equal 1000 milliliters. Okay, now I have this jug and I pour this the water inside the jug into these beakers. So the jug can hold 1 liter, 500 milliliters of water. So the capacity of jug is 1 liter, 500 milliliters. How did I know that? This is because this beaker or this container is full of water and the scale on this container shows or indicates 1 liter. Here, as you see, it's 1 liter. And this small one is 500 milliliter. So 1 liter and 500 milliliter. So the water or the capacity of the jug is 1 liter, 500 milliliter. I knew this because I pour the water inside this jug into these containers, which has scales on its on the glass, so that I can easily see how what's the capacity of the water inside this jug. We have here one more example, which is the teapot can hold 2 liters, 20 and 20 milliliters. So the teapot can hold 2 liters and 20 milliliters of water. This is because when I pour the water inside, or the water inside this teapot into containers with scales, I can see that the water can be poured into two big ones with the scale or a capacity of 1 liter and 1 liter, and one small container with 20. The water inside this container shows or indicates into the indicators 20 milliliters, as you see here. So 1 liter here, one full container with 1 liter here, 2 liters. So here 2 liters and 2 milliliters for the last one. So the teapot can hold 2 liters, 20 milliliters of water. So the capacity of the teapot is 2 liters and 20 milliliters. Okay, Let's see this example here. All the water from the water bottle, this is the water bottle, is poured into two containers. We have this container and this one. So some of the marking, you know, the marking are these lines here. If you see these lines called markings, okay? So some of the markings on one of the containers have faded. So this container, its marking is here 300, but some of the markings are faded. So the numbers on the scale was like deleted. So, but the question here is estimate the reading on this container. Okay, let's do this together. First, we have here we have 1 liter. As you see here, this container is full and the scale shows that it is 1 liter here. Okay, so 1 liter plus the water inside this container, which indicates to this level. So the reading in this level, we can estimate, or we can say it by counting the markings from here. This is 300. Actually, this is 700 and this is 300. So let's count between these two readings. Here 300, so here will be 400, here will be 500, here will be 600. So the level of water shows this reading. It's a little bit down or below 600, isn't it? So we can say it's 590 milliliters. So this container shows 590 milliliters. So in total, we can say that the bottle capacity is 1 liter and 590 milliliter. It's so easy, I think, because we can just look at the water level in the container. So after that, we read the reading at that level for both containers and add them together. So 1 liter plus 590 milliliters is 1 liter 590 milliliters. Okay, that's all for today's lesson. I will see you next lesson, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.